Greetings. How is everyone doing today? My name is Ishmael Perez. Thank you so much for being here. Today is Saturday, the 23rd of November, 2024. We are on the positive timeline trajectory. Now, before I get into the Galactic Update Report, it's actually going to be a combination of a Galactic Update Report with a little bit of a White Hat Monday update, all right? So a lot of things are happening. As you guys know, the fake news and the mainstream media is really pushing this war narrative. So we have to understand that a lot of the stuff that is happening right now is actually biblical. Everything was prophesied about. And so before I start with my update, I do want to remind you guys that the Galactic Jedi wear is available through my website or cosmicorigin.com. I'm waiting for my hat. I actually ordered a few hats already that say Galactic Jedis. I just got one of my sweaters, but I accidentally put extra large. It's supposed to be a large. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The Galactic Jedi wear is available now through my website or cosmicorigin.com. And for those that are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Ishmael Perez. I'm the author of those two books behind me, The Secret Government, Invisible Architect, which reveals the 6,000-year war between the Cabal and the Alliance, or the White Hats. And I also wrote Our Cosmic Origin, which restores galactic history and Earth's place in the organized cosmos. So with that in mind, I do want to relate an event that took place before I get into the report. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but on this very day in the year 1859, Billy the Kid was born in New York. He died July the 14th in 1881 in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. He was an American outlaw who was one of the most notorious gunfighters of the American West. For those that heard about the story of Billy the Kid, I think he was completely rebellious against the deep state in the 1800s. So yeah, he was a badass rebel. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and start the Galactic Report regarding what's really happening today. So as you guys know, the Biden administration is being reckless once again. They know that their time is up. They have less than 2 months to go. So they are escalating. They're trying to at least escalate this long-range missile systems for Ukraine, which has brought the world to the brink of catastrophe. But this is not what's really happening. This is what they want you to know, okay? So they could create fear-mongering, type of scenario tactics. So they want people to have that, oh, wow, we're about to, enter a nuclear holocaust and we're all going to die. But, his approval of these weapons is a deliberate move, apparently, to provoke Russia, destabilize global order, and sabotage Mr. T's imminent return to the White House. So Brandon's actions are apparently calculated, right? What we know that he's just a puppet. It's the people behind him, serving the globalist elite who profit from the endless war. So his approval of Ukraine's use of U.S. supplied attacks MS to strike Russia targets is not about defense. It's actually about forcing Russia into retaliation, risking nuclear war. But like I said in the prior report, that what's really happening is that under the direction and leadership of the White Hats, the Russians and the president of Ukraine had already signed a cease to end fire. Okay, so what's really happening is it's just a scare tactic. There is no nuclear war or there are no missiles that are going to be launched, in other words. Okay, so these missiles that were apparently capable of striking deep into Russian territory are a direct provocation. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, has already signaled his readiness. But again, this is not true. This is not coming from the real Putin. This is all computer generated drama, all right, with reports suggesting potential retaliatory strikes targeting NATO infrastructures. This isn't just reckless, right? It's treasonous, which it is, even though it's fake, it's still an act of treason. It is a deception, right? Brandon is gambling with the lives of billions, let's just say, to serve the war-driven economy of his handlers. So meanwhile, Mr. T stands as the last hope for peace and stability, right? Mr. T's promise of peace, not war, right? Of bringing in peace worldwide. And he's already doing it from behind the scenes, right? His victory in 2024 has literally sent shockwaves through the establishment, not only here in this country, but through the entire planet. So his commitment to ending the Ukraine war within 24 hours apparently threatened everything that the military industrial complex stands for. So Mr. T's proven back, proven track record of diplomacy, whether negotiating with North Korea or breaking peace in the Middle East, proves he can deliver. Okay, unlike Biden, brokering peace in the Middle East, which is what he did, by the way. He also had the Prime Minister of Israel, who, by the way, got arrested. I don't know if you guys know, but the Prime Minister of Israel was had a warrant for his arrest in the last few days, and so he was taken to Gitmo for his crimes against humanity. And like I mentioned before, he wasn't really an Israelite. He is not a Jewish man. He is a Zionite. He is connected with the Khazarian mafia. So he was arrested because he didn't want to sign the peace treaty. He was taken out. So apparently, Mr. T is prioritizing people over profit, right? We're seeing a huge power shifting to us. And so his strategy is clear, Mr. T's strategy, all right? Before I get into the Galactic Report, I just wanted to start with this because, this is like, it's all over the news right now. People are scared. A lot of people are DMing me, Ishmael, is this true? And it's not, guys. Like I mentioned before, this is going to continue escalating. Probably after Christmas, that's when we're going to be seeing, the sirens ringing everywhere that we are on the brink of the Third World War. But like I said, it's not going to happen. Okay, so Mr. Putin apparently and Zelensky did negotiate a treaty, right? I mentioned this before, that they are to cease fire. Okay, so that's what's really happening under the White Hat administration. Okay, so Trump's post-election talks with who talked to both leaders are already paving the way for peace, and they don't want you guys to know that. All right. Apparently, MSM, NBC, and the fake news is saying the opposite of that, right? They're all about chaos and destructions under the Brandon administrations, right? They are endangering the world, but have left America in ruins, apparently. So, skyrocketing inflation is another thing that has been taking place under the administration. A depleted military and a government obsessed with foreign wars that have weakened our nation. So, Brandon's legacy is one of betrayal, apparently, of America and humanity. So the choice is clear. Mr. T represents peace, prosperity, and strength, while the deep state represents chaos, war, and destruction. So every action by the deep states right now is closely leading to, as they say, global disaster, but it's not really happening that way because they're actually all being taken out. There's massive military operations going on worldwide as I speak. So it's time for the American people to unite behind Mr. T and demand an end to this madness. So they are preventing a catastrophe. And now this is a report that is coming from the Galactic Alliance, who, again, have been working very intimately with the White Hat. So, from behind the scenes, there is a coalition of forces, right? The Galactic Alliance, in partnership with the Earth Alliance, the White Hats, who are working tirelessly to ensure that humanity never succumbs to any catastrophic fate. So, through advanced extraterrestrial monitoring technologies, which are all being implemented at this time, a focus on disarming nuclear capabilities and strategic partnerships with figures like Elon Musk, these forces are actually taking unprecedented measures to securing a peaceful future for humanity. So, the Galactic Alliance, which is composed of very highly advanced extraterrestrial civilizations, who, by the way, Valiant Thor is the mediator of between the Earth Alliance and them, is committed to the betterment of Earth and its inhabitants, and they have long taken a proactive stance against the use of nuclear weapons. And there's evidence of that. Okay, so with their deep understanding of this cosmic balance, they recognize that nuclear war or that nuclear detonations are not only devastating life here on the earth, but they also ripple outwards. Believe it or not, they also ripple outwards, destabilizing dimensions and other planetary systems across the universe, because we do live in an integrated, holistic universe where what happens here, if we detonate nuclear devices or nuclear weapons here, nuclear bombs, it literally has an effect on the other side of the universe. Okay. So and they've known about that. And that explains why when we dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, I can't believe I almost forgot those cities, but Nagasaki and Hiroshima, well, guess what happened when we dropped the bomb on them? Exactly. That was like an alarm call to the Galactic Alliance, or back then the Galactic Federation of Worlds. And that's when the commanders had to step in. That's when Valiant Thor was dispatched from Venus in order to create the counter uh, military forces that would oppose the military industrial complex. So to counter this threat nowadays, right, as things are apparently escalating on the media, again, it's all over the news, right? They just approved for Ukraine to launch missiles over to Russia. Oh, big wooey, but it's really not what's happening, guys. So to counteract this threat, the Galactic Alliance has deployed monitoring systems capable of surveilling every missile silo. Not to mention, most of the missile silos, I would say 99% of them, are actually operations or military underground operations that are being conducted by the White Hats, by the way. But they're also um, monitoring systems in nuclear submarines, research facilities on the Earth. So, all these systems that are operating through multidimensional energy grids can detect the activation of nuclear launch codes within seconds. All right. So, in the event of an unauthorized launch, their technology allows them to disarm missiles mid-flight, ensuring that they pose no threat. So historical accounts of an unidentifying flying objects, UFOs, disabling nuclear facilities um, lend credence to these claims, apparently, suggesting that such interventions have already occurred in the past. And they have. All you have to do is look up Dr. Stephen Greer. He's been talking about this for over 15 years. So, the Whiteheads, who are apparently the guardians of peace here on the earth, right? Which is a coalition of military and civilian leaders that are committed to preserving freedom and justice, are apparently working with the Galactic Alliance. So they are working together to make sure that none of this happens. And their overall mission, guys, is to not only includes the neutralization of nuclear weapons, but also the dismantling of the global cabal, whose members have often been used as the threat of been used to falsify the threat of nuclear war as a tool for what? As a tool for fear and control. That's all they're doing, guys. They are literally creating mass fear as I speak right now. And things are only going to be escalating as we go into the holiday season. But it is my understanding that this is probably going to end up in Mr. T coming into office before the 20th of January. Something that is going to be happening, that it's already happening from behind the scenes, is the approval of the Bronson case. So that means that the deep state is about to be fired, and Mr. T and the new cabinet is probably going to be coming in before February in order to prevent this nuclear holocaust, of course. So through covert operations, the Whiteheads have infiltrated nuclear command structures as well, ensuring that only trusted individuals hold critical positions around these structures. Their efforts extend to the development of advanced cybersecurity systems to prevent unauthorized access to nuclear launch codes. Moreover, they are focused on raising public awareness about the dangers of unchecked military power, fostering a global movement towards disarmament and peace. Okay, let me say that again. So, right now, their efforts extend to the development of advanced cybersecurity systems to prevent unauthorized access to nuclear launch codes. Moreover, they're also focused on raising public awareness about the dangers of unchecked military power, fostering a global movement towards disarmament and peace. And technically, that's what the positive extraterrestrials wanted us to do from the get-go. They wanted us to disarm ourselves, to let go of all weapons. But of course, under the Truman administration, they didn't. They told the Galactic Federation of Worlds, as it was then known, now it's known as Galactic Alliance, right? That they were not going to disarm themselves. Okay, that happened in the 50s, before Eisenhower came into power. But even by the time Eisenhower came into power, guys, it was already too late. The military-industrial complex, which is a deep state, was already run by the Draco reptilians. Okay, so there is more. So what is Elon Musk's role in all of this? Well, believe it or not, in the events that they do try to, again, create some sort of mass scare event, well, right now we have Elon Musk, who apparently has more satellites up in space than any other company or corporation out there. Okay, so the White Hats, which again, so one of the most, okay, let me just say this. One of the most intriguing aspects of this partnership, right? Elon working with the White Hats. And yes, I know a lot of people don't trust Elon. I personally have my reserves against him. But everybody has their own opinion about Elon. And yes, he is going to be playing a huge role in this. Okay. So let's talk about Elon Musk a little bit in the Starlink revolution. All right. So one of the most intriguing aspects of this partnership is the role of Elon Musk and his Starlink satellite network. So I don't know if you guys remember, but about a year ago, Elon Musk prevented World War III, not once, but twice. And the reason being is because he was using Starlink, the satellite systems, to actually deactivate some of the missiles that were going to be launched by the Ukraine into Russia exactly a year ago and exactly 7 months ago. So he actually had to do that twice. So that's another indicator, all right? They know that Starlink, which is most of the satellites that are up in space right now, could literally deactivate and control most of the codes and facilities down here on the Earth. So while Starlink was initially envisioned as a project to provide global internet coverage, its potential actually extends far beyond connectivity, right? The Galactic Alliance and the White Hats see it as a critical tool for securing Earth's airwaves and ensuring the flow of truthful, unfiltered information. So what does that mean? That means that through Starlink, not only is Elon capable of deactivating nuclear sites, weapon systems, but he's also able to take over the airwaves in order to initiate the EBS. So EBS is still a possibility, guys. EBS is still a possibility in the event that they try to, again, launch some sort of nuclear war, which, all the odds are against them. It's not going to happen, all right? So through Starlink, Musk satellites can monitor global communications and detect any signs of covert nuclear activity. Additionally, this network is poised to take over the Earth's airwaves, right? The Project Odin, ensuring that disinformation campaigns orchestrated by the cabal are dismantled. So, by replacing corrupted media outlets with unhackable outlets, decentralized information networks, Starlink will empower humanity with the truth, removing one of the cabal's most potent tools for manipulation. So, a future secured by this collaboration is about it's taking place. That's what's really happening on the positive timeline, is that we're not going to have any massive devastation, at least not on our watch, right? This Earth is destined to become a paradise world. So the combined efforts of the Galactic Alliance and the White Hats and visionary, people like Elon Musk are apparently signaling a new era of collaboration. Okay, this partnership demonstrates that the Earth is not alone in its quest for peace and stability. The presence of extraterrestrial allies who are invested in humanity's evolution ensures that even the most destructive forces can be contained. So preventing nuclear war is not just about disarming weapons. Preventing nuclear war, it's about shifting humanity's collective consciousness, all right, into harmony, balance, and peace. So the Galactic Alliance and the White Hats understand that true peace comes from what? from within. And this is one of the things that I teach in my Ascension Basics class, right? Developing the personal relationship with the self, right? Cultivating a personal lifestyle or a type of a life where you reflect on everything that you do in life for personal growth. So we do know that true peace comes from within, right? Requiring humanity to evolve beyond fear and conflict. So through disclosure, education, and technological advancements, positive advancements, right? They are guiding Earth towards the higher state of being. And when I say they is a collaboration of Y hats, which is the Earth Alliance, and of course the Galactic Alliance. So while the threat of nuclear war remains a daunting challenge, let's just be real, a lot of people are running scared like a chicken without a head. The measures taken by the Galactic Alliance, the Y hats, and Elon Musk offer hope for a brighter future. So by leveraging advanced extraterrestrial technology, securing global airways, and fostering a culture of truth and transparency, these forces are ensuring that humanity not only survives, but thrives. So as we stand at the precipice of this new era, which is why this is happening, this is all biblical, right? It becomes clearly that the unity across nations, dimensions, and star systems is the key to averting catastrophe and unlocking our collective potential. So, what's really happening right now is that even, okay, so this is a quick message from Commander Valiant Thor to put everything in perspective. This is something that Commander Valiant Thor is wanting everybody to know. 1 second. Let's see. Oh boy, there we go. I couldn't find it. So, Commander Valiant Thor is ensuring us that we are living in biblical times. That what's really happening right now is what the Y hats want to happen in order for them to activate the worldwide military operations, right, and end all of these satanic Luciferian landmarks in order to what eliminate the cabal and ultimately detonate their main strongholds. So that's what's really going to be happening, right? So due to this idea that they are pushing for the Third World War, right, the cabal, the bad guys, that's just giving more fuel to the Y hats to just implement EBS, worldwide military operations, in order to just pull the plug now. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. We have nothing to worry about, guys. We're going to be going into these holidays as usual. All right, we're still going to have Thanksgiving as usual. We're going to have Christmas as usual. But the reason why I am so for sure that nothing is going to be happening and things are going to be going and things are going to just be normal this holiday season is because, if anything, like I mentioned, the Bronson case has already been approved. So what that means is that we're just waiting for the deep state the final players of the deep state to be arrested and have Mr. T come in as CIC before January 20th. So I do want to acknowledge some of the Galactic Jedis that are in the house. I want to welcome Baby Blue Notes, Amanda Tempori, Radiant Guardians, MJ Elf, Everyday Luxury, Gabriella F, Mathis Chronicles, Stuart Williams, Ricky Lee 1111, Gabriella F, Vanessa Antonelli, Sylvia Vidal, Wolf Mother, MJF, Joanna, Lee Star, and everybody else that's in the house. Master Light is in the house. Who else? Neo is in the house. Cindy R. And all 1,576 people. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday evening. Excuse me. So if you guys have any questions, I will open it up for Q&A at this time. Make sure that you guys type your questions in capital letters. Ricky Lee, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Galactic Jedis, we are all rocking this mission. Love you guys. And as a reminder, Galactic Jedis, the Galactic Jedi wear is available through my website or cosmicorigin.com. or the link is in the description. Um, so if you guys want to support the cause, right, of this great awakening revolution, get yourself a hoodie or a hat and represent the Galactic Jedis. I'm still wearing my Trump hat, but as soon as I get my order, I am going to be wearing it all the time. Let's see. I do have another super chat from Stuart Williams. He says, "You are amazing." Thank you, brother. I appreciate that compliment. This is a good question from Linda. Linda, is it? Let's see if I could pin your question. Pin message. Alrighty. Linda saying, "What are soul traps?" Well, to give you an example, a soul trap is when extraterrestrials or negative extraterrestrials, or even black magicians for that sake, what they do is they use a type of technology where they literally, by narrowing down the frequency of the planetary grid, what they do is they trap the soul in incarnating back and forth into the third dimension. So to give you guys an example, the moon that we have up in space is not the original moon. It's not the organic moon, right? It's actually an artificial construct that was held into our solar system when the negative Luciferian Anunnaki took over. And then that was working with the rings of Saturn, which was broadcasting frequencies from Regel in order to keep us in this, time loop of reincarnating over and over in the third dimension, preventing us from ascending into higher realities. Another soul trap is when they say when you pass away or when you die or you have a near-death experience, they say it's not good to go towards the light because the light, if you go towards the light, you're actually going to end up recycled. You're going to end up recycled because at the end of the light, you have reptilians, or you might even have some grays or some negative insectoids or some bad aliens that are waiting for you so that they can recycle your soul. So yeah, those are different soul traps. All right. The whole purpose of the soul is to give free range for the ascension and the transmissions